Yeah, thank you for clicking on this video. In this video, we'll be looking at around 15 questions, medium to hard. So we don't have easy questions today. Today we're looking at medium questions and hard questions. All right. So this is going to be 15 questions. We're going to start with question 1 and 2. And what I want you to do in your book, make sure you go to your book and make sure you go to your pen. And what I want you to do is to write down the answer for question 1 and the answer for question 2. So I'd like you to pause the video right now and do question 1 and question 2 and choose your answer from A, B, C, or D. If the answer is not there, then you can write that answer because sometimes there could be a mistake. So then the answers that you got and the answers are written here, none of them is correct. But that can be once in a while. So pause the video and do question 1 and question 2. Pause the video right now. Okay, so I hope that you pause the video and tried question 1 and question 2. Now I want to go over. Question 1 says a shop sells 3 apples for 90p. So 3 apples for 90p, how much would 8 apples cost? Now, what you need to do first of all, you need to find the price of 1. Every time with a question like this, you need to see how much 1 is. Okay, so they are saying that 3 apples are 90p altogether. To find what 1 apple is, how much what 1 apple is, you need to share the money between the 3. So you're going to do 90p and you're going to divide that by 3. Okay, 3 goes into 9 how many times? 3 times. And 3 goes into 0, can't go, you write 0. So that's going to be 30p. So 1 apple is 30p. To work out how much 8 apples are going to cost, you're going to do 30p and you're going to times that by 8. Okay. Now, when you do 8 times by 3, that is 24. And then you do 8 times by 0, that's going to be 0. So this is going to be 240p. 240p can be written as £2.40. So your answer is going to be C. If you got that, give yourself the first tick. Okay. Now we're going to go to question 2. Question 2 is about a rectangle. It says a rectangle has length twice. The first thing you need to do, you need to sketch a rectangle. The length of the rectangle, which is this length here, that one, is double the width. Do you see this? So I'm going to have a number here and I'm going to have a number here. Now what you can do, you can put a small box there for the width because that's a shorter side. And then this side is going to be double. So you can put 2 boxes like that. Now, if this side is 2 boxes, then this side will also be 2 boxes as well because the opposite sides are always the same. If this side is 1 box, this side also will be 1 box. So how many boxes can you see? Can you see that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes? So all these 6 boxes, if you add them together, that should equal to the perimeter, which is 36. Perimeter is when you add everything all the way around. Okay. So I've got 6 boxes. In these 6 boxes, that is going to be equal to 36 centimeters. Okay. Now, what about if I was just wanting to find what 1 box is? Always find what 1 is. To find what 1 is, we're going to share. We're going to do 36 and we're going to divide that by 6. So you're going to do 36 centimeters and we're going to share that by 6 and that'll give us 6 centimeters. Okay. Because 6 times 6 is 36. So here, that's going to be 6 and that's going to be 6. Altogether, that's going to be 12. And this is going to be 6, isn't it? Because 1 box is 6. 2 will be 12. Now, what's the question asking? It says, what is the width? What is this length? Can you see that the answer is A, which is 6 centimeters? All right. Sometimes they can ask you to work out the area. And to work out the area of a rectangle, you do length and you times by width. The length is 12 and the width is 6. 12 times 6 is 72. And that's going to be the area of the rectangle. Okay. So the answer for A was A, for 1 was A, and for for 1 was C, and for 2 is basically A. Take those and then we move along. Now we're going to go to question 4 and question 5. Before we do that, if you're looking for videos like this, I do so many videos like this. You go to Teacher Mr. Wino in YouTube, And then if you click playlist, you can go to 11 plus maths, 11 plus English, verbal reasoning or non-verbal reasoning. You can subscribe if you want, and you can share this video. So Teacher Mr. Wino in YouTube, and you go to my playlist and you can go to 11 plus and you can find good videos like this. All right. Now, we're going to go to the next one. The next one is going to be question 3 and question 4. I would like you to pause the video and try question 3 and question 4. Question 3 and question 4. Now, pause the video and try question 3 and question 4. All right, so I hope that you tried that. Now, this train is traveling at 120 kilometers in 2 hours. So what you need to do is this. Look, you say in 2 hours, the train has done 120 kilometers. Now, when they talk about the average speed, what they're trying to ask you is that every 1 hour, how many kilometers then does it do? To work out that, we're going to do 120 and we're going to share between 2. Divide this number by that number, okay? Now, 2 goes into 12 6 times. 2 goes into 0 0 times. And that's going to be kilometers. So in 1 hour, every 1 hour, he does 60 kilometers. This is the average speed. So that's going to be 60 kilometers per hour. This line means for every 1 hour. 60 kilometers for every 1 hour. So the answer is going to be C. How did I get that? You divide this number by that number. Okay. Now we go to question 4. Question 4 says a number is 5 less than twice 12. What is the number? A number is 5 less than twice 12. The first thing we're going to do now, let's get this twice 12. Twice means you double it, you times by 2. And that's going to be 24. But the number they're talking about is 5 less. Less means you take away. So you're going to do 24 and you take away 5 and that will give you 19. So the answer is 19. Okay. So you do twice 12 first, which is 24. And then it says 5 less, which means subtract. And that's going to give you 19. Okay. That's going to give you 19. All right. Now, question, a number is 5 less than twice, and that's just it. What's the number? Okay. Now we're going to go to question 5. We're going to go to question 5 and question 6. So pause the video and try question 5 and question 6. Pause the video right now and try question 5 and question 6. Okay, so I hope that you posed question 5. 1/3 of them are blue and the rest are black. How many black pens are there? How many black pens are there? Now, a box contains 24 pens. 1/3 of them are blue and the rest are black. How many black pens are there? Now, they said 1/3 of them are blue and the rest are black. What we can do, we can get 1/3 of 24 pens. We can get 1/3 of 24. We divide 24 by 3. If you divide 24 by 3, you get 8. But that's 1/3. All right, that is blue. Now, if 8 of them are blue, how can I work out the black? I do 24, take away 8, and that's going to be 16. So if you do 24, take away 8, that's going to be 16. And that's it. That's it. Done. Done. There's nothing else. Okay? Now, another way you can do it is this. Look, if 1/3 of 24 is 8, how can you get the remaining fraction? We got 2/3 already. We got 1/3 already. So let's look at this. Let's look at this. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So this 1/3 is been taken away. How many thirds do we have? We got 2/3. So what we could do, we can do 2/3 of 24. And the way you do this, you divide by the bottom number, then you times by the top number. So 24 divided by 3 is 8. And when you do 8 times by 2, this is going to give you 16. 8 times by 2 is 16. And that's it. This is this answer here. There's nothing else. Done. Now we're going to do question 6. The mean of the 4 numbers is 9. How do you work out the mean? This is how we normally work out the mean. To work out the mean, you add everything. Okay? You add everything and then you share equally. How many numbers have we got? There are 4 numbers altogether. So we're going to need to share by 4. And that should give us the mean, which is 9. So what we're going to do now, we're going to say this mean is 9. Okay? We don't know what the total is when you add them. But when you divide by 4, you share equally. You get 9. So what will this number be? What number do you divide by 4 to give you 9? That number is going to be 36. That number is going to be 36. 9 times 4 is 36. That's it. 9 times by 4 is going to be 36. Done. That's it. Okay? Now, but we haven't finished now. Already we have 1, 2, 3 numbers, but we need the fourth one. So we're looking for numbers that if we add together, all right, and we add the missing one, we should get 36. So if you do 7 plus 8 plus 10 plus another number, you get 36. How do you work that number out? First, add this up. 7 plus 8 plus 10 is 25. And this 25, if you add it, you get 36. How will you get this number in the middle here? You do the opposite. You do 36, and you're going to take away 25. And that should give you 11. 36 take away 25, that's going to give you 11. So that 11 is the missing number. Okay, hope that makes sense. That 11 is the missing number, and that's it. Okay. Now we're going to go to question 7. We're going to go to question 7. Question 7, I'd like to pause the video and try question 7 right now. Okay. Now I hope you're done with question 7. It says a shape has an area of 48 and a length of 12. What is its width? A shape has an area of 48 and a length of 12. What is its width? The first thing you need to do now, when they say a shape, they mean a rectangle here. Okay. This is an area, this is a rectangle, and this is 12 centimeters. And this is the width they're asking for. The area is 48. Okay. Now, how do you normally get the area? We normally do length times by width. The area is 48, so I'm going to do 48 there. The length is 12, this one, and I don't know what the width is. I can put a box. So think about 12 times by a number, you get 48. 12 times by a number, you get 48, and that number is going to be 4 centimeters. That's it. That's what we're having there. So 12 times by a number is that. So that's it. That's 4 centimeters. And you're going to put that down like that. Done. All right. There's nothing else. That's going to be 4 centimeters. And that's it. Done. Now we're going to go to question 8. We're going to go to question 8. And we are going to now move on to hard questions now. We're going to move on to hard questions. So I want you to pause the video and try question 8 and try question 9. Pause the video and try question 8 and try question 9. Let's hope that you tried that. Now we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on now. It says a clock shows 2:45 p.m. What is the smaller angle between the hour and the minute hands? A cube has a volume of 125. What is the surface area of the cube? Okay. Now let's look at the first one. A clock shows 2:45. Now 2:45 is not what they're pointing at. We need 45 minutes first. Let's do 45 minutes first. With the minutes, you normally count in 5. So it's going to be 0. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And that's 45, right? So the long hand should be pointing at 9. That's 45. Now, what about the short hand? The short hand should be pointing past 2, nearly 3 o'clock, because it's nearly 3 o'clock. So the short hand should be pointing like nearly 3, but not 3. Okay? He says, what is the smaller angle between the hour and the minute hand? Now, look carefully what we're saying. The angle they're talking about is this one here. This is the small angle they're talking about. So if I was to draw the minute hand is pointing east, if you want, and this is west, and this is east. Now that angle, let me just do this. This is south, this is north, and this is south. This is north, and this is south. All right. Now, this angle here, you see, this is 90. This is 90. Now, from west now to that's 90 degrees. And that's also 90 degrees. That's the angle we are looking for. But this other shorthand is not pointing exactly here. It's pointing kind of here. Kind of. So it's not 90 plus 90. I would say it's kind of 90. All right. Plus something less than 90. Okay. So it's pointing at 90 plus something that is not up to 90. So it should be something that's less than 90. And I will say it should be very close to 90. If I point at this, the answer should be very close to 90. Not up to 90. Okay. For this one now, for this part. So I would say 90, this 90 plus around 70 degrees, roughly, for year 5. So the answer should be around 170 or 160, which is not here. Which is not here. So this cannot be the right angle. It says the smaller angle between the hour and the minute hand. Do you see that? So it can't be 90. It can't even be this one. And these two numbers are too small. These are perfectly too small. So there's no proper answer here. So if your answer for year 5, if you put something like 150 to 180 to 170 or 175, that will be fine. Okay, you can give yourself a tick on that one. Okay, now we're going to go to question 9. A cube has a volume of 125. A cube has a volume of 125. What is the surface area of the cube? Now listen, if I have a cube, and this is the cube. If I have a cube, and this is the cube. Okay. This is the cube they're talking about. Now, the area of these nets now, how many nets can you see? You can see 6 sides. So what they're saying is that the area of those 6 is what they're asking us. But we need to know the length first. To know the length now, the volume they said was 125. And how do you normally get the volume of a cube or a cuboid? You normally do length times by width times by height. That's what you normally do. Okay? Now, but because it's a cube, this should be the same as that, should be the same as that, because cubes, they are all the same. So we are looking for a number that you times by itself 3 times to get 125. Think about what that number is. That number is going to be 5, because 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 again is 125. What that means is that this is going to be 5, 5, 5. So 1 square only will have 5 centimeters, because square is the same. Cube is made of squares and the same. We can get the area of this one, and that's going to be 5 times 5, which is 25. That's 25 centimeters square. Okay. Then once we've times that, we will now have, we got 25 times by 6 because there are 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 sides. So you're going to do 25 and you're going to times that by 6. And that's going to be 150 centimeters square. That's what we are saying. That's going to be 150 centimeters square. That is what we are saying. That's what we are saying. And that's going to be this one here, right? Area, we normally use a 2 because it's 2-dimensional. Volume, we use 3 because it's 3-dimensional. So the answer is 150 centimeters square. This 3 is for volume, right? So the answer is C. The answer is C. Now we go to question 10. We go to question 10. Now pause the video and try question 10. Pause the video and try question 10. Okay, now we're going to go over this. The price is going by 20% because when you buy a car and it's new, the price will be going down. That's what we are saying here. So what we need to do now, we need to get 20% of 10,000. We need to get 20% of 10,000. That's what we need to do first. Now, when you're getting 20%, it means you are dividing this number by 5. You know what that means? Because how many 20s are in 100? Everything is always 100%. Everything. So the whole of the car is 100%. Now, how many of these 20s will make 100? Are they going to be 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see this? So we're going to divide this 10,000 by 5. Now, 10 divided by 5 is 2. And then I've got these 3 zeros. I've got those 3 zeros there. That's 2,000. Okay? Now, what that means is that after 1 year, the price will have gone down by 2,000. If it was 10,000, if you take away 2,000 from that, the price now is going to be 8,000. That's where we are now. Then this is going to happen again for another second year. So you're going to do 20% of 8,000, which means you're going to divide by 5. Now, if you divide 80 by 5, that's going to give you 16. And then you have these 2 zeros here. All right? We're dividing by 5. 20% you divide by 5. That's what you do now. So we're going to need to take away 1,600 from this. So you're going to do 8,000. And we're going to take away 1,600. So you have 0, 0. And then you have 7. Put 1 there. And then you have 7 there. So that's going to be 4. And that's going to be 6. So the car now is 6,400. Repeating. To get 20% of a number, you divide by 5. Then you just take away. Divide by 5, then you take away. And that's what we did here. You should be able to divide 8,000 by 5. And if you don't know how to do that, I will show you how to do it. So you're going to divide 8,000. We're going to divide that by 5. So 5 into 8 is 1, which is 5. So the remainder is 3. 5 into 30 is 6. That's going to be that. So that's going to be 1,600. Okay, that's how to do to work out dividing 8,000 by that. All right, now, before we go, just remind you again, if you're looking for videos like this, go to YouTube and type in Teacher Mr. Winner. Go to YouTube and type in Teacher Mr. Winner. That's what you need to. That's all you need to do. And once you type in Teacher Mr. Winner, you can go to my playlist or you can go to 11 Plus and you can get videos like this to help you. You are allowed to subscribe and allowed to share as well. All right. Thank you so much for today.